What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Ask Alex, where this is a show where we take your questions and answer them here on this show. I'm your host, Alex Hampton, and if this is your very first time ever watching any of my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Then hit that bell right next to it. That way you get all the notifications of every time I'm releasing a video here on my YouTube channel. But before we get into the questions and stuff, I couldn't do this show without my co-host, Ian Elliott Carter. How are you doing today, Ian?
Man, I'm adapting. All the changes in our society and all the weird things going on. I finally feeling a little bit at home. I'm like, all right, I'm used to this now. I'm adapting. I'm glad to be here with you, brother.
Oh, anytime. And yeah, just like Ian, I'm adapting as well because there's a lot of crazy things that are happening in this world, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel, hopefully. But Jeremy couldn't be with us today. Today's actually his birthday, so happy birthday, Jeremy.
Happy 59th birthday, you old fart.
Jeremy is not 59. He's more like 40, but he's climbing up there. But from the Momentum Media family and the controversy, we definitely want to give you happy birthday. You are an amazing dude. Can't wait to create more content with you and see where you're going. So happy birthday, Jeremy. And if any of you guys watch the show, go over to the Movies Are Terrible channel and just show him some love. Tell him happy birthday and just reach out to him. So happy birthday, Jeremy. And if anytime you guys want your question or topic on this show, just send me an email at theaskalexshow@gmail.com. That's theaskalexshow@gmail.com. I will say, though, I've been getting a lot of questions about a lot of stuff, in particular about politics, especially about Dwayne Johnson. The reason why I don't talk about politics on this show is solely because of the fact that I don't want to force my political views on anyone. But with the whole Dwayne Johnson stuff, the only reason why I haven't addressed it is because this is nothing new that we've seen from actors or directors or celebrities or whatever. Personally, I see why he's doing it, given the fact of the circumstances of why we are here. But just to let you guys know who've been sending me political questions, the only reason why I have not answered them on the show or even direct email back is solely because I don't want to force my political beliefs on anyone. So I had to point that out for the people who actually do send those emails and watch that show. So I do see them. I just want to let you guys know why I didn't do it. But now that we got that out the way, let's go ahead and jump into the first question of the day. And the first question, I'm sorry, my phone locked up on me, guys. My first question comes from a Robert Green, and he writes, "Hey Alex, it was reported that Chadwick Boseman used part of his own salary to boost the pay of his co-star Sienna Miller in the movie 21 Bridges. My question is, how important is it to make sure that women should have equal pay in movies?" Well, thank you for your question, Robin. So it was reported today, as we're recording the show, that Chadwick Boseman on the set of 21 Bridges used part of his pay to make sure that his co-star, which was a woman in that movie, have the same salary as him and his other co-stars on that particular level. I forgot that Chadwick Boseman was a producer on that film. So a lot of the stuff that happened in that film, he had somewhat of the final say of how things went by. So he wasn't just acting in that film. He had a lot of manager things that he had going on with that type of movie. So I didn't know how much control he had, but apparently he had a lot of control in 21 Bridges. But to answer the question, how important it is for women to get equal pay, I harken back to Viola Davis, who said about 2 years ago at this women's conference that, she's done Broadway, she's done TV, she's done movies, she has the Oscar, she has the Emmy, she has the Tony, she has the NAACP award, she has all of the accolades. Her career is comparable as a Meryl Streep versus any other major actress you can think of, right? And to this day in 2020, she still has to get on that phone and tell producers and directors, this is what I'm worth. Now, I feel that every woman should be paid equally when you're working on any type of production, because there are a lot of women actors who are very talented, more talented than some of our male counterparts. I also think though, in certain movies, if you don't like the pay, don't agree to the movie. That's how I kind of see that too. You have that choice to not do it, but you also have a choice to renegotiate. But my thing is this: for Chadwick Boseman to do something like that while he was still here at the time was the best thing that he could have ever done. I feel like a lot of black and brown women, in this particular case, white women as well, do not get paid what they are owed in terms of making movies. So for Chadwick, who was the main star, a producer, and basically managing a lot of the parts of that film, to do something like that was very honorable as a black man and as just a man with integrity. But this also breeds a broader conversation of a lot of women, whether you're black, white, brown, whatever, do not get paid their just due. There's one story I think of where, I forget the movie, but they had to reshoot the movie to recast a certain person, and they called back Mark Wahlberg to do that movie, and he charged them $10 million. You have to pay me $10 million for me to come back. But his woman counterpart, I forget the actress, was only paid like $500,000, and he only got 10, and he got 10 just to come back and do reshoots. And I see like that's a problem for me. If you're going to give him 10, you could at least given her 10 or maybe 8 or something of that nature where it's close. Like when you have margins like that, that's like, and this actress, and I forget what the movie, and I forget who the actress was. This actress had the same accolades, if not more, as Mark Wahlberg. So for me, when you're talking about pay disparities in Hollywood, nothing will ever be equal. I firmly get that, but there should be some form of equality in terms of pay. But Ian, you've heard this story as well. What do you think about Chadwick Boseman doing this, and do you think that this breeds a broader conversation about women being paid equally in the business?
Well, first of all, man, I can never praise Chadwick so much, man. He's a very humble dude, and he's still showing us after death, like how humble he was as somebody that was alive. I hope that this act that we didn't even know about until now inspires people right now. He's still performing miracles after he died. I really hope that people can see that, like, hey, you know what? I'm Denzel Washington, and this is Viola Davis. I'm obviously making, the gaps bigger. I hope Denzel seems like a humble person that would do the same type of thing. Hopefully that will inspire more actors and actresses to make that. And it'll force the studios to be like, you know what? The gap, I don't even know where this political gap even started, of why the value of a man and a woman actor and actress is the gap is big. I don't know where that started and why it is how it is, but hopefully that started a chain reaction of things to change. So props to Chadwick on that. My thoughts, though, man. One of the best performances I've ever seen in my life was from The Color Purple, Whoopi Goldberg, I think, and even Oprah in that movie. Mm-hmm. I've never seen like a better performance from anybody, like regardless of gender. So when you're putting up that type of like quality of acting from a Steven Spielberg movie, you deserve every dollar you ask for. I don't care what your gender is. And then I saw like the Forbes list last year. I remember The Rock was on it. What's his name? Robert Downey Jr. was on it. Adam Sandler's on it. They had the men and the women on one section, and that gap was crazy between them. Like, even the guy that made the least was making more than like Jennifer Aniston and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's just weird and ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And I think you made a good point when you said, like, if they should just refuse to not show up if you're not going to give him what is deserved. Mark Wahlberg, he's a great actor. I'm not going to diss him, but like his value is no better than whatever actress was on that movie. So, it takes everybody to make this movie work. I loved last year. I saw Marriage Story with Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. I thought her and Adam Driver equally killed that movie. Equally. Yes. That pay, I don't know what the pay was, but it should have been equal pay because they both came to work. So that's a problem in Hollywood that needs to be fixed. And I want to praise Chadwick Boseman for doing that. He didn't need to do that as a personal decision on his part. and the studio needs to do better. And I really hope that he inspired others to do that in the future. And then we can just abolish that and just like pay people by their quality and what brings. Of course, we got to pay people what brings them to the movie theaters. I don't think Dwayne the Rock Johnson is the best actor in the world, but he does bring people to the movie theaters. So we got to pay them by who brings them to the theater and their performance. Viola Davis is one of the best in the game. I don't care what anybody says, and she deserves anything she asks for. Yep. And if she refuses to do it, who are you gonna get? You know, that's something. You know, we got to know our worth. And honestly, in my opinion, women are more powerful than we give them credit for. If they said tomorrow, "Hey, we're not giving you any coochie," the world would stop spinning. You know, they have more powers than they know that they have.
Oh, yeah. And I agree with that 100% because when I look at Viola Davis, I don't see like a movie like Fences working. I don't even see like even with, and I didn't watch How to Get Away with Murder that much, but without her character, I don't see how that works. Like I can't really see it. And I'm not to say that anyone is replaceable, but like Ian said, you have to know your worth. And like, if I had the opportunity to cast her in one of my movies, anything she wants, I'm giving it to you. Cause I know my movie's going to be dope with you in it. So whatever you want, if I got it, I'm gonna give it to you. So what do you guys think? Do you think about Chadwick Boseman doing something like this? Do you think that this is amazing? Do you think that every woman should be paid equally in Hollywood? Just jump into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. And let's go ahead and jump into the next question. And the next question comes from a returning guest, Miss Iris Peoples. And she writes, "Hey, Alex, Nick Fury is getting his own series on Disney Plus. Is this a sign that Disney Plus is making a comeback in the streaming wars?" Well, thank you for your question, Iris. So yesterday, about a couple days ago, or actually yesterday, I believe, it was announced that Nick Fury will be getting his own Disney Plus series. There wasn't really much to the report other than that Sam Jackson signed to Disney to do his own series of the iteration of Nick Fury. And for me, I thought it was dope because for me, I'm going to be honest, although I love how Nick Fury has been a part of the MCU, I feel like Nick Fury still hasn't gotten his just due. Like he was like my favorite role of Sam Jackson as Nick Fury was in Winter Soldier. I mean, the way he handled those people coming at him in that car scene, I was like, this dude is on his shit. And he's old. He was so old. And like, well, he's not old, but he's old enough where he was like, whoa, like he hold his own. And he's actually one of my favorite characters in the MCU. But I do feel like he was underserved a lot because when you saw him in Captain Marvel, that was, you know, us getting to know the backstory of how S.H.I.E.L.D. started. So I get it. But I wanted to see more of a modern day. What is Nick Fury doing now after death? Because technically he's still dead, and he's made a cameo in Age of Ultron. He's made a cameo in Infinity War, and then the last scene in Avengers Endgame. And then we see him in Far From Home. Not really. He's being betrayed by one of those aliens from Captain Marvel. But at the end of that movie, no spoiler alert, at the end of that movie, post-credit scene, he's like in space and they're teasing the comic book sword. So I want to see what Nick Fury is doing, like, after all of this. What is he doing right now? Like, I want to see what that's going to look like. Now, to answer that question, does this make a comeback for Disney Plus? Okay, Disney Plus hasn't recorded anything new just yet. Like, we're getting Mandalorian season 2, and we're getting WandaVision by the end of this year. That's it. And a lot of that has to do to the pandemic, obviously, because we were supposed to get Falcon and Winter Soldier and all this other stuff. So I get it. However, right now I can't wholeheartedly say that it's a comeback just yet because Hawkeye is not in production. Miss Marvel is not in production. Moon Knight is not in production. She-Hulk, they made some casting stuff, but it's not in production. This Nick Fury thing we just found out a couple days ago, that's not in production. I don't want to say that they're making a comeback just yet because they're making a lot of announcements. Like, I'll say this, HBO Max has made a lot of announcements too, but at least they're putting out some new content. Like Lovecraft Country, I was critical of it, but it's a dope show. It's a really dope show, and I was waiting for like the Green Lantern show and all this other stuff that they were talking about for Disney Plus. Okay, I'm not for Disney Plus, so HBO Max. I have a firm belief they're willing to deliver than Disney Plus right now. But Ian, you heard this news that Nick Fury's coming to Disney Plus. Do you think this is a great move by Disney, and do you think they're making a comeback?
Well, I'll start on the comeback thing. First of all, you got to come to get some cum on your back. Oh,
Oh wow.
okay, cancel. But my point is what you kind of already said. They just have the Mandalorian, so like I don't see a comeback because like the Mandalorian's what got me to get it, and the Marvel stuff that's coming, we don't have it. I mean, like you said, it's the pandemic that paused a lot of things that we were supposed to get, like the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and we're getting WandaVision really soon. But like I'm at an all-time low when it comes to my happiness of Disney Plus. Does this make me happy to see Sam Jackson get in his own series? Absolutely. I'm sad he won't be able to say motherfucker on it, but I am happy that he's going to get it. And like you, I wanted to see more Nick Fury. I really thought I wanted to see at least some of him in Infinity War or Endgame. I don't understand why they didn't use him. Mm-hmm. They chose to do the Spider-Man route, which he was great in it, but like I would have preferred him in the big movies. That he's kind of the one that started this cinematic universe by getting these teams together. So I don't know. I'm not the creator on that. So, but I would have loved to see what he would have done behind the scenes on that. But maybe we'll get something on this series. We don't know what it's about. Maybe it's an in-between thing. Maybe it's what he's doing right now. We don't know. But yeah, I'm happy to see that. But like I said, it's not excited me about it, but I am happy to see some of that. And yeah, I love the character Nick Fury. It's perfect casting. Who doesn't like Samuel L. Jackson? We should love him while he's here, man. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. Yeah, I'm here for it. Hopefully he'll get my excitement up. But like you said, I'm more team HBO Max and Netflix and Hulu, man. The streaming wars. Disney is at an all-time low for me. They're beating Apple Plus, in my opinion. That's about it.
Yeah. They're beating Apple Plus. But one thing I can say about Disney, since they own Hulu, Hulu's been putting out some great content too. So I can't say that they're losing. But when it comes to their Disney Plus stuff, like if Mandalorian didn't come out, I would have canceled my subscription because I don't see the point in having it. I mean, I was excited for the Disney Channel stuff that I watched growing up, but when I watch it now as an adult, I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?" Like I used to like this, like other than Smart Guy, I can't think of any other show that I really liked. Yeah, Smart Guy still holds up because it's still funny, but now it's just like, what the hell? But I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think that this is a comeback for Disney Plus? Do you think this is an amazing time to have Nick Fury have his own show? Just jump into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. And we have one more question for you guys today. And this question comes from a Larry Barnes. And he writes, "Hey, Alex." Now, I'm probably going to pronounce his actor's first name wrong. Aldous Hodge is cast as Hawkman in the Black Adam movie. What do you think about this news, and are you excited for this movie? Well, thank you for your question, Larry. So before I answer the question, let me just say this. Out of everything that happened at DC Fandom, this is the one thing that I'm really not that excited for. Because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was cast as Black Adam, I think in 2014. It's now 2020. 1992. Exactly. Although Black Adam is an interesting character when you read his comic book lineage, I don't care. Like, I really don't. They missed an opportunity to put him in that movie in Shazam, or allude to him in a way where Black Adam is out there. So for me, I really do not care about a Black Adam movie. But to answer the question about the casting, Aldous Hodge is a really good actor. I haven't said publicly, but I remember saying this in a forum, that I would want him potentially to be our next Black Panther if they choose to recast. Also, I would also want Denzel Washington's son as well. But if they were to go a different route, I think he would be a perfect T'Challa. But in this case, as Hawkman, I think that's dope because Hawkman, if you ever read his comic book lineage, they come from a Hawkman planet, and they have morals and values. They've been here for over centuries. Like, it's just, I think that particular character would provide an amazing dynamic for that particular movie. But to have a Hawkman and a Black Adam movie, I just want to know, what's the purpose? Like, why is Hawkman there? Why? What? Because if you read anything that has nothing to do with the Justice League, Hawkman and Black Adam don't have that many adventures that don't require the Justice League. So why is Hawkman there? I just that's my only thing about it. But as far as the casting is amazing. As far as the movie, not excited for it really that much, because even at DC Fandom, they showed us like artwork. They didn't really show us any footage, and over that artwork was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson talking over it, just giving his monologue. Other than that, so what? But Ian, what do you think about this casting, and are you excited for Black Adam?
First of all, man, he's an amazing actor. I used to watch this show called Underground, which they canceled, which pisses me off every time I get watch TV. That was a very good show. Journey Smollett was on it. Mm-hmm. I thought it was amazing. I'm really mad that they never got a season finale or got to finish that idea. But if you ever watched Underground, he did his thing, man. He's a very good actor. So whatever he's in, he's going to kill the role, whether it's Martin Luther King or like a turtle. He'll kill it. He's a good actor. I'm not a big Hawkman fan. I couldn't give you any details about him or like the lineage. I do know that in the comics he comes from Africa, so I think it is or Egypt. So I think it is appropriate for him to be black. I appreciate that. DC's honoring that. Other than that, man, the mystery makes me a little excited because I don't know much about the character, and I do know this is a great actor. But as a fan of comics, this is probably one of my least favorite characters. I watched him on Justice League, the TV animated series. He did nothing for me. But yeah, we'll see though. I don't want to diss anything before it comes out, but I don't really have a lot of enthusiasm for it. I did want to say something you said though. Talk about something you brought up. It was casting of Black Panther, which is a very sad topic to have. There's a lot of opinions on it. Whenever it's time to have the conversation, I don't know. But there's people that want to recast. There's people that think you should hand it down to Sherry. There's people that said just don't even deal with it. Just let it go. One thing I just thought of when you mentioned that, do you think maybe Chadwick had a will? Because if somebody had cancer for that long and they are in a role that's supposed to be going on for years and years, they probably should have a backup plan just in case the worst case scenario. So do you think he ever thought of, hey, in case I die, recast me? Or in case I die, do you think he had a plan for if he died? What would happen? Because whatever his plan is, we should go with it. Regardless of if we agree with it or not. If he said that's what we should do, I'm with it.
When I think about everything that had happened post his death, like Ryan Coogler and then the people at Marvel said that they were aware that he had cancer, but they weren't aware how serious it was. Like I guess to me, Chadwick told them that it was manageable, that to the point where it could potentially be gone. Like I don't think that Chadwick believed that he was going to die this early. Like I don't know that. Now I do think that I do believe that he had a will if something were to happen, go this route. But my only thing is with Black Panther, he was slated for Black Panther 2. Like he, was involved with the script and all this other stuff.
Oh, for sure.
All this other stuff.
I don't think they were planning a death. Obviously, they did have plans for him. I'm just saying, if I'm Kevin Feige and I know an actor has cancer, we got to have some type of insurance.
So I know for a fact that Kevin Feige, I know that they know where they're going with Black Panther. I do think that Kevin Feige is probably deciding to go the more comic book route and pass it to Shuri or pass it to someone in Wakanda. I don't know if Letitia Wright is the right person to take on the mantle just yet, because she's like 16. So that's the thing. Like she's the same age as Peter Parker. So I don't know if they would do that. I do think though Kevin Feige and the people at Marvel, if something were to happen to their primary actors, they're either going to write it in a way where maybe T'Challa is just gone and someone's taking over Black Panther, or they will recast him, or they will pass the mantle down to someone else. Because in Wakanda, anybody can be the Black Panther. They just have the challenge at the throne. So I look at it from that, but I do think though there's contingencies because they're too big of an operation to not have any. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is a great casting news for Black Adam? And also on the Black Panther side, do you think that we'll see any announcements soon about that, or do you think that Marvel will have some contingencies for that particular iteration? I know for a fact at some point we'll definitely do a separate video of who will we cast or what Marvel will do with Black Panther. So that will be coming up soon. But just jump into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel where you get all the updates every time we're releasing a video here on Momentum Media. Ian, where can we find you on social media and YouTube?
You can find me on Twitter or Instagram, _controversy, or you can go to youtube.com/thecontroversy and holla at me, man. I'm cool. I could do cool things. I got great content. Look me up.
Awesome. Yes, and he has amazing content on there as well. Definitely check that out. Also, guys, go check out Movies Are Terrible as well. Amazing content over there with some terrible trivia, behind the scenes news, and a lot of other cool things there as well. So definitely check out Movies Are Terrible. And also, you guys know where to find us here. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button. And real quick, the debate show, Real Debates, will be coming out this Friday. I cannot wait to release that to the world, where I go against Ian and Jeremy is our moderator. It's going to be such an amazing show. I can't wait to... Yeah, like we don't know who's gonna win, but you know, at the end of the day, it's gonna be fun, and there's gonna be a lot of fact checking in this episode. So I can't wait for you guys to see that episode. And as always, you guys, you have a blessed day.